A love for the ocean is shared by thousands of human cultures, as well as millions of marine species. Marine ecosystems are some of the most diverse and incredible on Earth, home to around 50 to 80% of all species. However, they are a very delicately balanced ecosystem. This balance is in grave danger from an enormous threat: humans and our pollution. Agriculture is a huge source of ocean pollution, and with our growing population, agricultural lands are projected to expand an additional billion hectares in the next 50 years. The three main sources of pollution from agriculture are soil erosion, animal manure, and fertilizer runoff. Soil erosion occurs from plowing and overgrazing of cattle, which leaves bare and damaged soil. The loose topsoil can be carried away by wind or rain into nearby waterways. Soil washed off fields is the largest source of agricultural water pollution. These soil particles, called sediment, can destroy ecosystems by drastically clouding water, making it impossible for sunlight to reach plants. They also clog fishes' gills and smother larvae. Another devastating water pollutant is animal manure. There are an estimated 500 million tons of manure generated from animal feeding operations in the U.S. each year. Manure in our waterways has the potential to destroy incredibly valuable ecosystems. It can cause excess nutrients, produce algal blooms, and lead to outbreaks of disease. Chicken and hog waste have been linked to Pfiesteria piscidia, a species of microscopic algae that release extremely powerful toxins into the water, leading to painful bleeding sores on fish. The results are lethal. Medicines fed to animals can make their way into water through manure. In fact, veterinary medicines from farms have been named an entirely new class of pollutants. Fertilizers are another immensely destructive pollutant. Fertilizers can enter the waterways through wind or water runoff. For example, nitrogen from chemical fertilizers can be lost to wind as a gas called ammonia, which harms and kills fish. Nutrients from chemical fertilizers, especially nitrogen and phosphorus, can build up in the water, causing a dangerous explosion of algae or an algal bloom. This process is called eutrophication. As dead algae masses sink, bacteria consume them, using up the oxygen in the water and creating anoxic waters called dead zones. Such areas are nearly impossible for animals to survive in, potentially killing off entire species. The growth of dead zones has become scarily common. Dead zones linked to agriculture have quadrupled in size since 1950. Many of these occurrences are caused by the careless actions of humans, earning it the term cultural eutrophication. Picture a world with an ocean full of dead animals and unswimmable waters. Though hard to imagine, this scenario is very real and closer than you may think. In fact, agricultural pollution is the leading source of negative water quality in rivers and lakes. Agriculture is essential in our lives, but as it currently stands, our dependence on it comes at a grave price. So what can we do to fix this daunting issue? Luckily, there are steps that can help to remediate this problem. There are many things you, as an individual, can do. Don't let your green waste blow into storm drains. Instead, let it compost in green bins or on your lawn. This can ensure that pesticide and fertilizer residue stays on land. Try to avoid living in close proximity to water. If this cannot be avoided, plant your own buffer strips to keep the ocean protected from fertilizers, chemicals, or pet waste. Possibly the best way you can protect the marine environment is to vote with your dollar. Buying less meat and more organic foods will reduce the need for harmful industrial farms. Although this issue may seem beyond helping, we've already seen areas take a turn in the right direction. In the Chesapeake Bay and the Thames River, better farming and sewage practices have already led to disappearing dead zones. This goes to show that through educating people and spreading awareness, together we can make a difference.